Hello and welcome to CCTV-America News Hour. I'm Anand Naidu. There have been new developments over China's air defense identification zone. On Thursday, China confirmed that it has conducted regular air patrols in the zone. This after two U.S. unarmed bombers as well as Japanese and South Korean planes flew through the same area without giving any notice to China. CCTV's Han Bin is following developments and joins us now from Beijing. Han Bin, what's the latest there?
Well, actually, China's reaction towards the U.S. B-52 bombers flying into China's newly established air defense identification zone without informing Beijing is relatively calm. It only stresses that it monitored the whole process and carry out identification. And it also says that China has the capabilities to effectively control this area. At the same time, China says those countries who have the overlapping identification zones should improve dialogue and cooperation and negotiations to deal with the issues. While China also says at the right time with better preparations, other identification zones could be set up. The Chinese Foreign Ministry accused the accusations from both Japan and the United States.
China has reiterated its stance on the air defense identification zone in the East China Sea. The accusations from Japan and the U.S. are groundless. China has expressed strong dissatisfaction and lodged solemn protest to Japan and the U.S. We also urge both countries to reflect on their own behaviors and errors, to stop groundless accusations and any provocative actions that could lead to instability in the region.
Well, in line with the Chinese Foreign Ministry, Chinese Defense Ministry also dismissed the criticism as being overreaction and double standards. It went on to say that the military air defense identification zone does not mean no-fly zone, or it does not mean that China will expand its air defense territory. On the contrary, it only improves the effectiveness of safeguarding of this area.
More exercises in the East China Sea. More training missions for China's first aircraft carrier, the Liaoning. And now, in a bid to strengthen control and monitoring of the area, the People's Liberation Army is shifting its focus from sea to air.
The purpose of East China Sea Air Defense Identification Zone is to safeguard territorial and airspace security. It's also a necessary measure to effectively exercise China's right of self-defense.
The zone was announced on Saturday, but it overlaps with a similar zone operated by Japan for decades. And crucially, both zones cover the disputed Diaoyu Islands. The Army says the key purpose of the zone is purely to identify foreign aircrafts.
The identification zone is not a territorial airspace. It's an area demarcated outside territorial airspace, and to establish an early warning mechanism and ensure our air security. It does not mean the expansion of territorial airspace. It helps to improve the effectiveness of safeguarding China's territorial airspace.
The ministry says the new zone is designed to identify, monitor, control and react based on each situation and any potential threat. But it is believed that the new zone provides a legal basis for military activities around the Diaoyu Islands.
Well, the situation over the Diaoyu Island worsened when Japan wanted to purchase the island and unilaterally changed the status quo over a year ago. China's newly established air defense identification zone is yet another countermeasure taken by the Chinese government to get better control of that region. The consequences is now closely watched, yet tensions in this area could continue to rise in the future. Back to you.
Thanks, Han Bin there reporting from Beijing.